Law is truly a selfless profession. When a lawyer stands up in a courtroom, they don't say, "I'm here for me." They say, "I represent." Okay, my name is Geoffrey Corn. I am the George R. Killam Jr. Chair of Criminal Law and the Director of the Center for Military Law and Policy at Texas Tech University School of Law. You asked me to bring a prop. It's a little bit challenging. I mean, you can tell from my background that I've lived a lot of places, done a lot of things, and a lot of meaningful experiences. But for me, the most meaningful thing in my life is my family. You move, you change locations, you're changing houses, but the one thing that gives you the kind of solid foundation is that family. And we're happy to be living in Lubbock and being part of the Texas Tech community. What is a common misconception people have about salsa? I guess maybe the common misconception is that students are like learning the details of specific criminal or legal statutes. In fact, what students are learning in law school is a way of thinking and a way of analyzing problems. They learn a wide variety of subjects. Law school is kind of like an all-you-can-eat buffet. You're taking classes in all different areas of the law, first to give you a solid common foundation of core competencies, and then also to give students the opportunity to explore different areas of legal practice so they can find something that really appeals to them. It's learning a methodology so that in whatever area of practice you progress into, you know how to discover the law, analyze facts, and do the best job you can for your client. What is in your streaming queue right now? My wife and I like to dance, Latin dance, so I'm constantly listening to salsa, bachata, merengue, Cuban salsa, son. That's pretty much the music. But I mix it up with Frank Sinatra and Bruce Springsteen that I grew up with because I always loved that too. I'm big on old stuff. So, I watch Turner Classic Movies a lot, and believe it or not, my kids tease me to death because I watch the antenna channels like MeTV and Antenna TV. I like watching the old, wake up in the morning and watch an episode of Hazel. It just makes me smile. What is the greatest movie courtroom scene of all time? There are two great courtroom movies. Anybody who really wants to understand how criminal law works, I'd recommend. One is Anatomy of a Murder.
Objection, Your Honor.
The actor who plays the judge in that case was the lawyer for the Department of the Army during the McCarthy hearings. He's the famous lawyer that said to Eugene McCarthy, "Have you no shame?"
Objection overruled.
The other great lawyer movie, believe it or not, is a kind of obscure movie from Australia called Breaker Morant.
I'll tell you what rule we applied, sir. We applied Rule 303.
Which is the true story of 3 Australian soldiers in the Boer War in 1900 in South Africa who were court-martialed for murdering prisoners of war. In your opinion, what personality trait makes for a great lawyer? What I want to see in law students is an understanding that no matter what area of law you want to practice, you have to appreciate the responsibility that comes with being entrusted with the power of that system. So the first characteristic is diligence. The diligence to do the work. You can't cut corners in law school and be effective. Number two, if you're going to leverage a weapon system effectively, you have to have a sense of honor. You have to follow the rules. And then the third character trait that has to develop is the character trait of courage. If people feel valued in their effort to accomplish something, usually they'll move mountains for you. So I am not the type of law school professor who's going to belittle you or cut you down in front of other people. I'm going to try and build you up. I'm going to tell you you're doing a great job because I think if you hear that, it's motivating. Okay, so thanks for spending 5 minutes with me. Again, my name is Professor Geoff Corn. I'm at the law school. For anybody watching this who has any interest in coming to Texas Tech University School of Law and you want to come visit me, come find me. I'm in room 308, and we'll have a chat about your future. I wish all of you nothing but success in the path you take, and be confident in yourselves. And who you want to be ultimately has to define where you end up.